Kind of like to think about it. We've talked to DC a lot, and Neil Gaiman a little, who's a pretty big fan so far of the pilot. No, we haven't talked to him, but we've talked to Neil, and which is weird when you think about it, because Neil did Sandman. That's okay. He's the father. He's the godfather, if you will. So we like to think of it as
the biological father, rather
right.
than
It's like God, and then Jesus. So we like to think of it as happening kind of in between Sandman and Lucifer. That, Lucifer's very heavily, mythological. There's demons and portals and alternate universes and crazy dead people. There's insanity. Whereas this is very, very grounded. So we like to think of it, at the end of Sandman, Lucifer leaves hell to go to LA and open a piano bar, basically, right? So we're sticking right there in the reality, the grounded world. We're never going to go to hell. We're never going to go to heaven. And so it's all about his kind of fascination with humanity, trying to figure out if he can actually care about something other than himself. So that's what our show's about. It's really, really grounded.
I read the comics before we started filming, but it was like I got the job, and then DC was fantastic. They sent us the comics. But what's hard is that, I'm sure you've heard this a lot here, is that the show is loosely based on the comics. So you would read the comics, and that's really not what you're going to be doing. So it helped to give you an idea of the world, but then it would, it's just very different, But I think what we're doing with it, I think people will really dig. I think it's something different. I think it's seeing Lucifer in a different light, and I think it leaves us open to so many possibilities.
What I'm most looking forward to, it sounds slightly generic, but I love the scenes where Lucifer takes down someone who we've all wished we could. The wish fulfillment of the traffic cop. For example, you're not even taking him down, you're just hearing the hypocrisy. You're hearing that sense of like, I love driving fast. Like that to me is where this show lives or dies, is the devil, who called the Lord of Lies, is actually the one person who tells the truth. Because the devil tells the truth, because to lie, it belittles you. It lessens yourself, and the devil would never lessen himself. So what he does is he actually brings the truth to people who lie to themselves or to others. And working just as a writer for scenes of being able to have Lucifer be that sort of voice, that person who gets to say the things you always wish you could say, that's just awesome.
We got involved later in this project than our company normally does. Warner Brothers the pilot had been written, and Peter Roth called us one morning and just said, I want to send you this script that we have at Fox that we love, and we'd love for you guys to come in and produce. And you never say no. I mean, it's like, yes, send us the script, absolutely. And he kind of told us what, it was based on Lucifer and the books, which we had seen the property a while back. We all read it overnight. In a very rare incident, Jerry called me at 9:15 in the morning, and Jerry doesn't call at 9:15 unless he's in Europe, and it's much later there. And the call was the funniest call, because he said, "What did you think?" I said, "I think it's really good. I think it's an excellent script." He goes, "It's amazing. This is incredible. This character is unbelievable. This writer is," and he just went on. I said, "I agree with it all." So we jumped on board with it and came on to produce it. And it was, because it was completely, it was nothing what I expected it to be. I figured, I read the book, the comic. I wasn't expecting something so funny, and have such a sense of humor, and I've never really seen it in the genre before. And approach that Tom Capanos took was so original and refreshing that it surprised the hell out of us.
My particular approach to what? To my character. Well, I play Maze, aka Mazikeen, and she is a demon who's followed Lucifer from hell. Very devoted to him. Badass, she's a badass chick. Well, if you know in the series, she gets healed accidentally, and she doesn't like it. So I think, if I have the half face, if you read the comic books, you don't really understand what she's saying. The audience wouldn't really know what I was saying. But I think we're going to introduce elements of that, because she's defiant. She wears the silver mask, So I think you'll find through the wardrobe and some of the makeup that Maze will be there, for sure.
I think the thing I loved most about the script of the pilot when I first got it was the way this character had been written, the way it had been realised. He was very sort of, he was obviously from a different place, which informed my choices about how I'd do it, because it wasn't specific that he would have a British accent or anything like that, But the way it was written, it kind of leapt off the page to me. I was like, this reads like Noel Coward or Oscar Wilde, It's kind of fluency and foppishness that he had. So I love the idea of putting him like that into a modern setting, and but also the fact that he really loved good music, like Hendrix, stink face music, and so those sort of I think the fact it doesn't take itself too seriously is something that really appeals to me, because there's a lot of shows that are very, very earnest and dark, which is great. I don't have a problem with that, but for something that I would like to do, that the element of fun is big for me. So that's what I love about it.